Hi, so today I want to talk about the issue of anthropomorphizing aliens. That would be attributing human characteristics to life forms that are literally aliens. So, in science fiction, as long as human beings have thought about that, there might be totally different creatures out there in the universe around other planets. We have thought what they might look like and what their behaviors might be. 99% of science fiction that at least I have seen portrays aliens as humanoid creatures, and that's one of the things that always bugged me was the lack of creativity. So I don't need to mention the big franchises where people are communicating with aliens and aliens just look like humans but just with blue skin or red skin or green skin. Maybe they have bit horns, or maybe their eyes are a bit weirder, or the nose a bit weirder, but basically human beings. Why that doesn't make sense is that if we think about life on Earth and evolution, even on our own planet, we have creatures that look completely alien. To me, I'm still surprised when I see pictures of deep sea life in oceans, that the glow in the dark fishes and anglerfishes and caterpillars that look absolutely insane, things that I would believe you if you told me that they were from an alien planet, yet they are from planet Earth. Now, if life even on our own planet can vary so much, then let's just imagine life on a completely different planet with different gravity, different atmosphere, different composition of the actual ground, what the minerals and what the life can be made of, completely different. It is possible that beings would evolve into some kind of a humanoid shape, but there's nothing to say that it's the most optimal version. It might be some eight-legged octopus type things, depending, maybe they can float around in their atmosphere. Things that we just don't have imagination for, but that is one thing. And then also there is the psychological side of when aliens are portrayed in movies. We give them human characteristics, and of course that is clearly projecting what we fear or what we would want to be true. That is why we put onto aliens. The aliens just play the part of the unknown and the side of us that maybe we are scared of. If we are talking about the scenario where aliens come to us, then indeed they would be very different from us, because they have a completely different evolutionary history. So their physiology and the psychology would be completely different, because they have different environmental pressures. Something we would have in common, of course, is self-preservation, the wanting to survive. Possibly wanting to protect their closest family members and offspring, some kind of unity in the species. Maybe they have also developed some kind of moral code in relation to living beings being sacred in some kind of way. However, I would say if they are far enough advanced to reach us, then they would also reach the state of what would to us be the equivalent of a post-human stage. So that would be post this alien stage, where they have advanced far enough to have interstellar, maybe intergalactic space travel, of just bending and warping space and time to be able to move at unimaginable distances through space. Then they would also, it would be very unlikely that they would just keep their original biological form. They would also choose to augment and change themselves. That would be just the most logical step for them to make it easier for them to stay alive, and to make it possible to experience more beautiful and wonderful states of existence, than just being an evolutionary blob that is just focused on survival, and that is not an enjoyable existence for a being. So they would definitely change that, most likely, if they go on. So whatever instincts they had and whatever they used to look like, if they reach us, by then it would be irrelevant what they used to be. They would reach a stage of superintelligence. If they have this capacity for space travel, they would have the capacity for superintelligence, and that would change everything. Another point, of course, is that it would be really unlikely that we would actually see any physical aliens. It would most likely be some artificial intelligence system, some kind of machinery, robotics, that we would see. There would be no physical green aliens that would step out of some flying saucer. So that is one more thing to keep in mind. Another thing that you have maybe heard is the zoo hypothesis. So the zoo hypothesis, at least the way that I understand it, is that aliens know that we exist, they know where we are, they know our state, but they are waiting for the right moment to come and communicate with us. So they're waiting for the technological singularity, or they're waiting until all the countries on Earth unify into one beautiful, flawless, almost flawless being, something like that. So they're waiting for the right moment. That never made sense to me. And why is that? Like, what would be the point of that? Like, waiting for us to advance far enough. If they are advanced far enough, then they could just come and help us to be advanced enough. Like, are they waiting for us to be worthy or something, that we deserve some kind of membership in some galactic thing? Great, nailed that expression, galactic thing. You know what I mean, being a part of some galactic council, or some kind of membership or something, which also is an idea that doesn't really make a lot of sense. This is again one of these things that human beings project. We think of, with our simple monkey brains and with our culture that is so deeply ingrained in us, we think that also aliens would have some kind of, some kind of club in the galaxy, and if we're just good enough, then we might join that club. Thinking more deeply about this, I wouldn't see what the point of that is, because once a civilization reaches a stage of superintelligence, they would be beyond independent. Like, they wouldn't need anything at all from anyone, any being. They could do anything they want themselves. So it wouldn't be like some kind of collaboration to go colonize or something. There would just be no need for that in any way. A possibility would be like one member of some alien civilization just coming to explore out of curiosity, and that one member of this alien civilization would be orders of magnitude more capable than the entire human civilization to produce and to do whatever it wants to do. So that's kind of funny to think that aliens that we would meet could be godlike beings, and indeed the artificial intelligence that we have talked a lot about in these videos, that we might create some kind of godlike being. It feels weird to say it, but it's true in the case of aliens who are way more advanced than us, and in the case of artificial superintelligence, it would be unlike anything else. There is no comparison to that. It is not also obvious why they would want to avoid us, or why they would want to mess with us in either direction. At least for me, I have put this to rest. We don't need to worry about the aliens coming to enslave us or conquer us or have a war with us. If there was something called a war, it wouldn't be a war, it would be over like that. It would be nothing for advanced species to wipe us out. There would be no battle, no aliens on the ground fighting with people. It's hilarious to see movies like that. It would be over like that if they wanted. So at least there would be no suffering. Unless we come across, or some alien comes across us who is like really deranged and purposefully, sadistic, enjoying the suffering of conscious beings. That would be a possibility, and this being could create hell for us. But I think that is very unlikely, because the natural tendency towards more intelligence, at least in a civilization, tends to be more civilized. That's what we say, more civilized. That there's less need for violence and aggression, and there's more understanding of unity and getting things done the right way. There is no need for violence, there is no need for stuff like that. So humans, if aliens would come, humans would make for the worst slaves. If we're talking about enslavement, we have muscles, we get hurt, we get tired, we get hungry. we're slow and we're weak. Any alien civilization capable of coming here would have machinery and robotics that would be way smarter and stronger and better than any human body would be. So that would be pointless, unless, of course, again, some sadistic alien would want to use us for slaves. And build pyramids, like it happened, 4,000 years ago. That was crazy. They don't tell this to you in history books, but that's what really happened. No. So that won't happen. There's no reason why it would want to kill us either. Again, like we mentioned, superintelligence. Like you can get anything, from a cup of water. You could get enough energy to simulate a being living in bliss for like thousands of years. You don't need much for the best possible experience for a conscious being. If we're talking about being, efficient with resources, and of course them being on computer simulations, biological bodies are wasteful, and of course we break down easily, and all of that. So that's one of the reasons again why aliens would move away from it. It would be an obvious thing to do. So no need to worry about alien invasions, really. If it would happen really quickly, but there's no point why they would really come here. We are not that special. This is again human beings projecting and thinking that we are the center of the universe, and what if there's something bad out there, coming for us. Then there is the battle for resources. If aliens wanted resources, Earth wouldn't be the first place that they would come to. Earth is not that special. There is more water, on the moon Europa around Jupiter. There is more water on that one moon than on the entire Earth, including the asteroid belt and ice comets and stuff. So you don't need to have a war or wipe out the civilization to get resources. Like, it's easy to get. Earth is not made of like some super special material. It's common stuff. So there's no real reason to target Earth like that. Only one way that I have sort of thought about that might be possible, that might happen, is of aliens coming here is if a super advanced civilization reaches some weird state that they just wanna efficiently use all the matter in their surroundings for computer simulations or whatever else they wanna do. Some weird broken super intelligence that is just expanding 360 degrees in every direction in a bubble. And if it's close, and if we just happen to be in the front line of that bubble, then Earth is not special, but Earth just gets in the way, and we're not the only ones being targeted. It's everyone in the radius of this bubble, of the super intelligent machines, nanobots, whatever probes flying around, expanding and doing this thing. They would disassemble every planet, every moon, every asteroid, everything they see on their path, and maybe Earth would be on the way. And that is a movie that I want to see that happening. Some unimaginably godlike species gone wrong. But it would be a quick movie. There is no fighting against that. But that's the only way I can think of Earth being special. It's just on the way, But I don't think that's likely either. So this is just some thoughts about aliens and some ideas about Zoo hypothesis and stuff like that. It's fascinating to think about. And as you know, it's that saying that either we are alone in the universe or either the universe is full of life. And both possibilities are absolutely mind-blowing to think about those implications. And then to have a sense of perspective of how special we think we are when there might be billions of civilizations all thinking the same thing. I think we are advancing far enough that soon our eyes will be opened to the truth being either way. I think there is life in the universe. That is my guess. That life might be quite common, but we haven't looked properly. We haven't looked long enough. Over billions of years, we listen for one spot for like 1 hour, and then we think that we got everything we needed from that. We know everything. Our job is done. Or sending a message to some galaxy cluster, and sending that message for like 5 days. In billions of years, it has to be the exact 5 days that the aliens there are listening for us. So I think we haven't listened properly in space or time yet, but we are getting much better, and we have smart people among us. So it is exciting time to live in and to think about these things. So I hope there was something interesting in this video. If you have any thoughts about this, please share them in the comments. And of course, thank you so much for watching, and take care.